pace of play is something that if there was a clock that never had to worry about you, you got it and you threw it. What are some things you think that could increase the pace of play?
Well, I think there's a lot, but to start with some small things, pace of play, of course, is going to be something that everybody's talking about. We're the only sport without a clock, right? Everybody else, every other sport's pretty much got a clock, with maybe the exception of tennis. But I think the big thing is the fact that we want to get players integrated in the game. There's things within the game that we can help that out. One of the things for sure is September call-ups. And having a floating roster of 25 or 28 every day instead of the 40 or 35 that exists. Baseball has played all year for September to be the most important part of the year, where all of a sudden you can utilize 35 guys. I think that's something the commissioner has to address and be able to get so that baseball's played at the same rate that it was for the most part of the year, and that's a big part of it.
Yeah, it seems like there's 4 seasons: spring training, regular season, September, and then the postseason. Okay, something's going to make you real angry. I just got inducted this week to the House, the Hall of pretty decent. You got into the Hall of Fame, but you and I, if we're both starters, are treated exactly the same. What's up with that?
Well, you mean as far as the way the game is played today with the starters? Yeah, I think the biggest thing is that we can fix a lot of these pace of play things if we go back to training the starters to the way they are supposed to be, and that is you got to yank the ball out of my hands. You know, I mean, go 7, 8, 9 innings. But I think this also is the fact that, you know, one of the things that's a little radical that I would come up with, maybe any guy that comes into the game's got to face a hitter 3 times. You know, instead of this 1 and 5 and 6 pitchers a game, I think if you're a big league pitcher, you should be able to get 3 batters, not necessarily 3 outs, but 3 batters in the game.
Yeah, you're averaging 10 pitchers per game between both of the teams. If you're a left-handed power hitter from college, you get drafted by a team, you might play an entire career without getting a base hit to right field because of the shifts. Where are you on shifts?
The shifts is totally controlled by the hitters. I don't want to call them all dumb, but some of them are not utilizing what's out there. Yeah, being a pitcher, that's probably a little biased. But I think the biggest thing is, look, they're athletic and good enough. They're just adhering to the system that's being applied to them. The organizations are okay with it for whatever reason. Look, the shift is the shift. I don't think that's going to be the reason why the game's slower or why the offense is not happening, because the fact is they have an opportunity to go the other way and make people change the shift. When you're down by 2 and that shift is on and you're a power hitter and you don't get on base, to me, that's a problem. If you can't bunt the ball and get on a free base and create a rally, we're losing the way the game was played to win. We're putting up astronomical statistical categories for individualism, but I thought, the last I checked, you're supposed to win a world championship.
Right. And win a championship means maybe when you're down by a run in the 9th inning, you take a pitch instead of grounding out. Okay, last one. I don't know if Montreal is one of your favorite cities. Do you think baseball goes back there? When the Mets played against the Expos, 100,000 people came out for 2 games.
Well, Montreal was a special place, of course, being training with them and then competing against them. You know, the stadium was something that probably wasn't the most unique or picturesque, but the city in itself was a great experience. I think if you're talking about replacing one franchise and putting it up there, yes. Obviously, I don't think expanding it, baseball will be good for that. I think the fact that Montreal, in maybe the second chance, will appreciate the game a little bit more.